Welcome everyone to this Christmas Day, joining Enlightened Group to look at a desire. Welcome Elizabeth, welcome Kathy, welcome Renee. Oh good, Clarette, wow. Welcome everyone. Now Lena's doing one this evening in Spanish, so if you would prefer to do a Joining Enlightened Group in Spanish, you can tune in with her. So let's begin with the light, everyone. And we just ask for guidance and clarity, and everything that we speak tonight, that it comes from that inner voice. And if you wonder whether or not you're hearing that voice, or if this is what you want to say, just ask a few times, is this the voice of God? Is this the voice that I am to speak right now? Whenever anyone shares, it's such a gift to the rest of us.
Buenas noches, hablo español. ¿Es posible que haya traducción o hoy es sin traducción? Gracias.
Gracias.
With Lena, con Evangelina, with Lena.
Well, the person just asked if there is going to be a translation for today, or this session is only in English.
Not this session. Lena is conducting one right now, and you can see in WhatsApp that she has. I think we already gave out the desire for tonight.
Oh, all the Spanish mighties are joining us.
Okay, let me say that. No va a tener traducción. Lina está haciendo esta sesión en español para las personas que lo quieran hacer en español.
Gracias, entonces me equivoqué de grupo. Muchas gracias. Buenas noches y bendiciones. Hasta luego.
Feliz Navidad. Thank you.
Christmas. Okay, she's going to join Lina's group.
Okay, good. And I don't know is it Juki? If he wants to also join Lena.
Hello. Yes. Me parece que yo también me equivoqué. ¿Qué hago acá?
Sí, creo que todos, porque es el mismo link, a todos nos pasó Yuki.
Ah, corazón, ¿y qué hago? ¿Lina está en otro grupo?
Yes. Sí.
Yeah, it is Saturday, so Saturdays are.
Yeah, I can hear her in there. She's already started. I can hear her in the next room. Okay. Clarette, are you joining us then this evening?
Well, seems that just I think that I can do it in English, and maybe it will be good for me.
Okay.
And well.
Okay.
It's not a very.
What's that?
That is not a very talkative session. So a couple of things that we share in English, I think that I can handle it.
So let's check in with the light again. Just check in with the light and make sure the light is here. Of course, whenever we ask, it's always here. And we use the Joining in Light miracle worksheet. And sometimes we refer to it, and we're guided to refer to it. And sometimes it just comes out in the flow of the evening. So let's ask Jesus, which desire would be most useful for us to look at this evening for the healing of our mind and a service to the whole? And we prayed about this. We always pray about this before the evening light circles, before the evening joinings. And what we were hearing from guidance was the desire for the experience to feel more powerful or to be more powerful than God. The desire for the experience of being more powerful than God. So we asked Jesus, we asked Holy Spirit to show us the full relishing of this desire so that we can go all the way down and bring everything up that needs to be healed.
Questioning God's plan.
What's that?
I said questioning God's plan. So first I hear yes to the desire.
I admit this desire.
To what is it, to be, or to be more powerful than God, or
The desire for the experience to be more powerful than God.
yeah.
You know, what I was hearing is that every time I don't want to listen to guidance, I'm just saying, I'm more powerful than you are, God. I'm going to do it my way.
Yeah. Feels like a false certainty. Like I know better.
Yeah, I'm hearing that it happens. We're so used to being that way. We're so used to doing things our own way, and we don't even recognize that, in fact, we're just saying, I'm more powerful than you are because I'm going to do it my way. Whenever I don't believe God's promises, whenever I think my body is sick or I've got something going on with the body, those are all ways that I say I'm more powerful than God, or I want that experience. What I'm hearing is we don't know what power is. We don't interpret, let's say, a cold or some body ailment or whatever as trying to be more powerful than God, but it goes against what he says. That we have the power to heal our minds of all of that. So let's go back to the relishing of the desire for the experience of being more powerful than God. Kathy or Clarette, are you hearing anything you want to share?
It's like I want to be, of course, more powerful than God. And it's like God doesn't know how to do things. I know how to do it. So I should be more powerful than him because I know how to
Yep,
do
that is
everything.
familiar. Hmm.
Well, earlier when I was asking to be shown the relishing in my mind, what he showed me was that let me see if I can remember. It was like the whole cosmos was born out of my desire to be more powerful than him.
Mm.
The belief that I could create the cosmos.
Mm-hmm. And I really relish, I love those experiences of feeling like I'm making my own choices and running my life. Love it.
I was hearing I can keep something hidden and for myself.
Mm.
For myself alone.
I'm also hearing that I think that things are happening to me or that I'm powerless. And that's also, wanting to feel more powerful than God, because God says, no, we have the power. I have the power. So I'm not weak. I'm not powerless. My ego wants me to think that it's no big deal to try to run the show. That's what I'm used to. And so it's no big deal. This isn't trying to be more powerful than God. I'm just doing what needs to be done. So all these ways, ideas my mind has about really saying no to God. That I tend to think are somewhat harmless. And they are actually.
It's like a defense so that I can keep a defense so I can keep death alive in the mind.
And there's an arrogance about it. He's talking to me about one of my favorite pastimes, which is mind wandering and out picturing. And that's relishing thinking I'm more powerful than God. I don't want to see that.
I hear there's an idea of competition and that I can win heaven.
I was hearing pride before, and it's like it takes real humility. Okay, Jesus, what should I do about this? Should I say something here? Is this something I need to pay attention to? And just this 24/7 checking in with the inner voice. And that takes real humility.
Yeah, willingness to admit that I'm wrong about everything, which I can see how I would like to keep that and not necessarily give 100% saying I'm wrong about everything.
Yeah. And I'm hearing that I think being more powerful than God is like stomping around in big boots or something like that. And it's very subtle to watch my mind try to do its own thing, my thoughts.
Yeah, I hear it's like it's not talking to me. It's just not talking to the
Yeah.
the one who knows.
Yeah. How can I talk to the voice if it won't talk to me?
Yeah, making a decision to deny that that voice is power. And it is what's most natural to me. I want to deny that.
Jesus, what else do you want us to see here? What value do we get out of this desire? Feels like I'm the boss. He's showing me that when I daydream or my mind wanders or I'm out picturing, that I'm not trusting that I'm going to hear the voice in the moment and hear what I need to hear, that in fact, everything's being taken care of. So yeah, out picturing is just another way to feel like I'm more powerful than God.
Like thinking that I can find freedom and like escape from limitation and like unlimited power.
Claret or Kathy, are you hearing anything you want to share? Perhaps about the value of this desire for the experience of being more powerful than God?
I'm like completely convinced that I'm more powerful than God. Even that I choose when I want to hear his voice or no,
Yeah,
to support my plan.
yep.
And it's like after he fails with his plan, I'm gonna get in and fix it.
Yeah. Yeah, any planning ahead for whatever I think I need to plan ahead for, all of that is, and not checking in and saying, okay, Jesus, is this what I should be looking at? All of that is playing out as the desire for the experience of being more powerful than God.
Definitely, I don't know what is really power. You know?
Yeah.
It's like I'm asking God to like give me all the resources, because I know how to manage the resources to make everybody happy. Obviously, you don't know, and I can do it better. But when I realize the resources that I'm asking for, or the things that I'm asking for, are things that doesn't have any value, that do not have any value.
Yeah.
And that's how I realized, like, I don't know what is power here, and completely confused now.
Yeah. I'm so used to giving everything of certain value, my interpretation of its power, that I didn't even realize I'm doing it. Jesus, are we holding or are we releasing the energy that's locked up in this desire? I hear holding. All the willingness it takes to check in with every decision, with every action or word that's to be spoken, to ask Spirit about all of that. Seems like I'm hanging on to not doing that.
Yeah. That effort is power. That's what I hear. Effort, power is effort.
Is anyone else hearing whether you're holding or releasing? Let's ask Jesus, am I holding or releasing with this desire?
I'm getting both. It's like what I was seeing is, what I heard earlier was something like you are powerful manifestors. And we think manifesting and creating apart from God makes us powerful. And it's like he showed me how every single thing, every aspect of this world and the universe was actually made as an attack on God. And it's like, but I could feel the relishing of like having to manage it. Like, you know, we created this world and now it requires all of this managing. And it's like God doesn't have any part of that. God, he doesn't know anything about this world. So how the hell would he know what to do here? You know, we need to manage it. But I also saw like the flip side of the coin is that it like backfires on us in so many ways. This world that we made. It's like we're in danger. We made this world and now we're actually we think we're in danger. He showed me it was like a leopard or it was some kind of like big cat. It's like it's like we create that image and then but I mean in reality in our everyday life we're not threatened by big cats, but it was a symbol of how what we made actually threaten us, or we think it can. Anyway, so it was in seeing all that I felt some kind of release, because I was like, I could just see the futility of it all and how like kind of depressing and morose it was to create apart from God. So there was a big release in that. But then when I imagined, okay, just letting all that go and choosing my true power, like in God and as God, as the light, there's like this huge resistance. It's like, it feels to the ego like it's giving up its power.
It feels what?
It's giving up its power to do that.
Yeah.
So this ultimately it's just a big confusion about what real power is. I'm still trying to really see clearly what
the value to the ego is
Yeah.
in
We could ask Jesus, what is power? What is real power? I heard right away, it's not what you think it is. It's not power over anything.
and it's also not creating anything. Like, okay, so I know in the terminology in the course, creating is only of God and making is of the ego, but I just keep getting this sense of this desire to make things, you know, and create things in form.
Mm-hmm. And think that's power.
Yeah. And that there's pleasure in that also.
Yeah. A lot of pleasure. Thinking I'm doing something on my own or by myself.
Yeah, I just hear true, like your question was, what is true power? And I hear that, you know, it's just effortless. There's no effort whatsoever. There's just what is. And I just see that like my idea of power in contrast with the light.
Yeah, it's like true power has nothing to do with this world, nothing. And it's really hard for the ego to give that up. It thinks it's giving up everything by giving up the world, but it's giving up nothing in truth.
You see how much I treasure effort in thinking that's power, and thinking that power over God is takes a lot of effort. And that's, yeah, which is pleasure, pain. It's like that looping of pleasure and pain, to confuse that with happiness and with God.
Jesus, are we holding or are we releasing with this desire? Is there any lightening up or more spaciousness around this desire? Or are we still really relishing it, really wanting it?
I feel there's a holding.
been hearing release. So,
What's that?
No, that I'm hearing release too.
Yes.
And I heard that when I ask about what is real power, show it to me like is like a state of peace, kind of. I don't know how to describe it, but you use the word peace for that. It's like being part of what we really are, being present with the essence. What to really to just observe, or that's all. I don't know if observe could be the, but I'm trying to explain what I was feeling.
Mm-hmm.
what I hear is like that contrast, seeing that contrast between just the full relishing of I'm more powerful than God with the light. And can it outlast the light?
Our timer went off a few minutes ago. So we're nearing the completion of this session. Let's just all check in and check in and let Jesus tell us if there's anything more to see right now. And, how are we? What is our state of mind with this desire?
I've become so sensitive to every little thing. Every little thing. And so it's been happily humbling just to see how all the ways that I want to indulge in this feeling more powerful than God. And so there's a lightness. Maybe there's some more, like we could go deeper with this. Of course, not right now, but not in this session, but.
What was that last part there?
Like just hearing to go deeper with it, but not in this session, but just as guided.
Yeah, this goes deep. This desire, it's very subtle. It seems like it's subtle, and the more my attention is focused on it right now, the more it seems to be kind of like everywhere.
It doesn't seem subtle to me at all.
Oh, really?
Because all I can see is how the only real power that the ego has is in this make-believe world, and it doesn't want to let go of that. So on one hand, it's like I can feel like there's been some release, some lightening in seeing that, but I'm not at a place where I'm ready to let that go, to really, truly relish only the power I have in God. I mean, how could you? The ego is never going to relish being one with God. It's never going to relish giving up the world. So it's like there has to be some kind of undoing or transcendence or something.
Or I'm just going to say no and step into trusting God anyway, asking God in this moment, okay, what should I be doing right now? The experience here is that the subtlety comes in trusting that I think I already know what I should be saying or thinking or doing in this moment. And it's like almost like automatic pilot. So it seems subtle because I slide into it without really saying, wait, have I checked in with the light? And saying no to the ego. No. Not going to accept that in my mind.
I almost feel like the core of this is like what the entire Course in Miracles is about, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
um, but on a practical level, like what you're saying, Mary, is, you know, could be helpful for like on a daily basis and a moment by moment basis, how to catch ourselves and correct ourselves.
Yeah. Saying no to that thought of that, whatever that's coming up that's not of God, or asking which voices am I hearing right now? Which voice is speaking? And like, oh, I'm not going to listen to that voice. No.
Or, you know, what am I valuing in this moment, you know? To be in, you know, independent, autonomous, special body, or am I valuing, you know, truth, spirit?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What is the truth in this situation? What is the truth that I'm to see right now? That spirit's trying to show me.
I mean, it does say in the Course we have to question every value that we hold, every single one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like not wanting to see the power that I have to see, that I can see immediately through everything. I can see the lights here. And then it's just a matter of staying with it, staying with him, and you know,
Whew.
like Mary's
Renee.
saying, just keep saying no.
Yeah, I'm just getting like that's the point of power. That's the true power. That place in the mind where we can choose, you know, between the Holy Spirit and the ego, moment by moment. Wow. I got big chills when you said that.
And it's like using the desire to deny seeing my true power as given by God. It's natural and it's always available. And seeing that freedom is never going to come. I'm never going to get freedom through the desire to feel more powerful than God.
So let's return. I'm hearing the prompt to return once more, just the relishing, the wanting energy. And that's where all the power seems to be, is the ability to see how much the wanting energy is there for this desire. Jesus, is there any willingness to see this differently?
Yes, but it takes trust and faith.
Just saying yes and going for it, not knowing. So I'm hearing we're complete for this evening, unless is anyone hearing anything else they want to share? Just focusing on these desires and watching how my mind wants to run away from even looking at the desire. Just focusing on it and the energy involved in it helps to dissipate that hanging on, that holding. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Clarette. Thank you,
Thank
Kathy.
you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
love from San Juan Kosala.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.
Merry Christ mind.
Yes. Ooh, thank you.